Ladies and gentlemen, a 1/12 scale custom Warhammer 40K action figure. And this video will be in two parts. And before we begin, I got to give my disclaimer. Uh, Warhammer, I do not play the game. I don't know really anything about the game. So if I paint something that's not accurate, is not my intention. It's just I like the miniatures, the models, the painting and modeling aspect of Warhammer. So I wanted to get that out of the way. Uh, I do like the miniatures, but I've always said, have they ever made anything bigger? And you can get some STL files of Warhammer stuff, and you could print that out, or you could probably scale it up. But McFarlane came out with pretty much 1/12 scale action figures, and they came out with artist proof ones. Artist proof ones are basically solid gray figures, which to me, like that, to me, they're already paint your own. That's what I took it when I saw it. And very little cleanup if you want to so endeavor into it. Just a couple little seam lines that just scrape with either sandpaper or the back of a hobby knife and just get the seams off. Now he is an action figure, so he does have the joints, which you have to take that in consideration if you're painting. Again, I paint a static figure, so I don't necessarily have to worry about totally moving parts. So, and the beauty of it, he's already in primer gray, so very little cleanup. Prep work is pretty much the only really other thing you need to do is wash him with a mild detergent, soapy water. And once he dries, you can start painting. One thing I did do, and I do it with not all, but some, if I paint the whole thing, especially in model kits, I like to pre-shade, post-shade, just depends on, I won't say mood, but try to get different effects. And you might be able to see like a different, a little more black outline. A lot of people like to airbrush, like for example, airbrush the lines, real pinpoint accuracy. I don't. I like to get it all feathered in there, and it just helps with the shadows, especially when you're putting in the base coat. So again, I don't like to do specific characters. Usually when they're troopers, I like to make a generic trooper, something of that nature. Basically, a one that's in the background that you wouldn't necessarily notice. So I got him pre-shaded, and that's just to help with the darker recesses. And of course, we're going to put a lot of washes and some weathering techniques on him. But right now, after the initial pre-shade is done, I went in, and as you can see, he's a metallic blue. If you can see him shimmer there, and that's just the first round. And I wanted to show how I do things, and metallic blue, which is I used a gunmetal blue, as you can tell by the fingers, which you should wear gloves, but I told myself I would not get paint on myself, and I did. So, did a little mix of with the airbrush and just started getting the blue on, and hopefully I would like to make him a generic trooper, as in get him painted, basically Warhammer colors. But for the shoulder, I want to do something a tad bit different. He's probably going to have an orange shoulder pad. Plus, I would like to find a decal of I want to say a unit marking or a clan marking. They've had like, I want to say crosses, wolf heads or something on the pauldron. I may go that route and may leave it off. I don't know. I haven't quite. This is one of those kind of just paintings, see what the colors look like, and then hopefully get everything painted and weathered, and may change it along the way, may not. Who knows? It's just see what happens. So I wanted to show the basic, I want to say initial painting. The gun itself is, yeah, I won't say it's in primer gray. Very little. You can probably see maybe a little seam. And that's just easy enough to scrape with the back of a knife. Get that cleaned off. And you can either reprimer it if you want to, but after you get the seam finished, do a little wet sanding, ready to paint. So I did want to show the initial paint run, so hopefully I can get, I'm going to try to get the base coat on, and then I like to block in the colors. When I say block in, we're going to get in the like leather pouches and, try to get the symbols painted, and then a lot of washes. And then, of course, I like Battle Worn. We're going to use some chipping, get that all on there, and hopefully I can show that along the way. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got going on today. We are trying our hand at Warhammer painting and painting a Warhammer Trooper. So that's what I got going on today. Stay tuned for the next exciting episode.